Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Uh, this an explanation regarding to my academic poster, topic analysis on customers' behavior shopping. So the purpose of this study is to check the comprehensive view of consumer shopping trend, aiming to uncover patterns and behaviors in retail purchasing. Analyzing this data can help business make informed decisions, optimize product offerings, and enhance customer satisfaction. Regarding to the objective of this study is to analyze consumer purchasing patterns over time, then to identify popular product categories and high-performing segments, then develop customer segmentation and personalization strategies, and lastly, to build predictive models for sale forecasting our customer retention. Regarding to the data source, it was downloaded from kaggle.com, which is contain 39,000 records of observation and with 19 attribute or columns. And they have two variables. There was a categorical variable and the continuous variable like age, item purchase, purchasing in dollar. For the data exploratory, for the first graph, it was a scattered plot graph. The summary of the graph is both males and female make purchases across all categories and season. So I checked for season because in Europe there was a 4 season. And then for the second graph is a bar chart graph, and the summary of the graph is clothing consistently receive the highest count of purchases across all seasons and genders. And for the third graph, it was a bar chart graph also for the number of items purchased by season and category. So the summary of the graph is clothing consistently also receive the highest count of rating across all sizes and genders. For the analysis and hypothesis, I check for the gender and item purchase. For the null hypothesis, a claim is there is no significant difference in the mean number of items purchased between the two gender group, female and male. So I run the t-test result. For the output of the result, the p-value is greater than 0.05. So greater than 5% suggests that there is no statistically significant difference between the means of the two groups. In this case, 0.9047 is much higher than 0.05, so we fail to reject the null hypothesis. Then I run the alternative hypothesis. So I run the linear regression model between item purchase and gender. So the output also says that the p-value is 0.9045. So we fail also to reject the null hypothesis. And then for the second linear regression model between the more variables in the data set, between a review rating as dependent and the predictor as age, item purchase, gender, season, payment method, preferred payment method, and frequency of purchases. So the output also said that the p-value is 0.7573. This suggests that the predictor used in these two models do not have a significant impact on the dependent variables, so review rating and item purchase respectively. So I also run a ANOVA simulation model in RScript. So for the conclusion of the analysis that I have run above, as the manager overseeing shopping mall across the country, it's crucial to understand the patterns and behavior of customers over a complete year of shopping data across all seasons. Then from the analysis, it is evident that there are no significant difference between the genders when it comes to shopping at the mall throughout the seasons. The data also shows that clothing consistently received the highest number of purchases across all seasons and genders. Then the graph indicates that all sizes from every category have similar demand from customers. Additionally, male customers are slightly more likely to use credit card for their payment. The analysis of the null hypothesis confirmed that there is no significant difference between customers' behavior. The t-test showed a p-value greater than 0.05 or 5%, indicating that no statistically significant difference among the behavior of customers and item purchased in the mall. The linear regression model also among the predictors supported the findings shown in the graph. Based on the data and analysis, the manager can take several steps to prepare inventory orders for all categories. Additionally, proposing more incentive and promotion during customers' visit to the mall, it also can help encourage them to make more purchases. And then for the R script, let me make it more regional. Okay. For the first R script, I install all the packages regarding to the analysis that I said before, like DPLR, ggplot2, mice to check for name values and mutate for packages and net, tidyverse and cable extra. First, I load the data from the kaggle.com. The file is data is shoppingtrend.csv. So I downloaded and saved in my directory, and then I call the data set and I name it as a vector customer data. So I check for the heads, for the structure, for the glimpse, and for the view to check the data set. And then for the step 2, for the checking and cleaning the data, so I run to check for none values in every single column and row in the data set. And then I remove rows that with none and null values in the data set. So also for the season column, I check for none value. Then for the none value, and I check by function by MD pattern in library mice. That is shown there's no none value in the data set. So then for running the data, I convert the categorical to a factor to run an analysis, like in payment method, preferred payment method, category, and frequency of purchases. Then I check again the structure of the data, and then to ensure the review rating to become a numeric. And then for step 4, I visualize the exploratory data. As I mentioned before, for the first graph, it was a scatter plot. And then for the second graph is a bar chart graph. And also for the third graph, it also bar chart graph. So for the hypothesis, as I mentioned before, it's between gender and item purchase. Then as I said before, that the p-value is bigger than 0.05, and it shows that there is no statistically difference between male and between the gender and item purchase. And then for the linear regression model with alternative variable, I also did a linear regression model between review rating, item purchase, and season and preferred payment method. And then I also check for the coefficient between all the variable. And then I also did, but I did not put it in my academic poster, but I did also a ANOVA test for the predictors among the data set. They also shown that the p-value also is bigger than 0.05. So I also did some analysis with packages MASS to check, to confirm if there any coefficient or any difference between the analysis that I had run before. So that is all my R script that I did for my academic poster. And then something that I found in this analysis, that the customer behavior shopping in this data set shown that there's no significant difference between the behavior, so the manager can take any reasonable steps to make sure that to gain more revenue and to prepare for the next season for customers when they come to mall for shopping. Thank you very much dan terima kasih Doktor. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.